this is an intro to uploading a submission as an editor, and I want to do that so we can have a test submission to work on in showing the process rather than somebody's particular paper. So first I'm going to log in as me. And you'll notice, well, that there are, well, the first thing it always comes up to is submission, and it's your queue, my queue. And but there may be other ones, like something else under active that for some reason has not been assigned to you. But what we're going to do right away is go to new submission. So I'm clicking on new submission, and it's going to be an article that we're imagining here. And I tick everything. And it's a reminder to check that the submission has not been previously published, nor is for consideration in another journal, and that it's original content. I'm submitting as whatever it gives you as the highest level. Check those and click Save and Continue. I don't know if I can go back here, I can't, but you might have noticed it automatically attributes Creative Commons copyright of a certain sort. Now I'm going to add a file. Let me just see if I can find a file. What can I do? Essay writing competition, we'll put that one. Yeah, okay. I didn't mean to open it. Well, we'll just use this as a document for now. So I'm going to drag and drop that and save and continue. Oh, and it says, what is it? Well, we're going to say it's an article text. Save. And the article text is test file for video. It hasn't got a subtitle. Do remember that if people put in a thing there, oops, sorry, I'm on an Italian keyboard. So test file for video, if they put in a colon there and then put a subtitle, the colon will show up twice. So, and also if they've got a nice subtitle that really makes sense to have part of the whole title, rather just put it all here and put it all together, because it'll be what shows up on the main page. If you only put in the first bit, it'll just say test file for video and it'll lose the contextualizing subtitle. So I very rarely use the subtitle. So, okay. Right, so we've got something in there. There's an abstract. Remember, this is updatable later on. People often change their abstracts, of course. Now, I'm going to add a contributor, and I'm going to call it, I'm going to say I'm uploading for Marilena Karamatsuki. And we're just going to put Marilena Karamatsuki at Murmurations.cloud. And we're going to choose the country. Sometimes you have to check that with people. If for some reason you're the one uploading something on someone's behalf, you know, it's easy to make a mistake and potentially offend people. User details, you can actually send a request for people to have an ORCID ID. I think it's very useful to check with people. And, oh, I can't remember what it's called. I'm not going to make a, I'll leave it blank for now, but you could put in a thing. And this actually, now we're moving down to that the contributor's role is author, and that they, right now, if I wanted them to take this over, I would, yeah, we'll put them in principal and in anybody writing paper, they should always be principal contact for editorial correspondence, unless there's some reason why not. They're not on the internet, they just don't want anything more to do with it, they've handed it all over to you. And I'm going to send an email requesting ORCID authorization. That's the academic listing. Have a look at it, ORCID, and of course include in browser lists. So this is save. And then what I would normally do, but I'm not going to do right now, because this is a test file, and no wait, actually I'm going to delete myself. So this is I'm deleting. So I'm deleting myself because I'm not the contributor. I had thought it might be useful to stay as that, but so you can scroll back up. This is the metadata: title, abstract, contributor, primary contact, yes, list contributor in the browser list. The source, it's not from another source. Now this is a weird thing. It has an asterisk by it, and yet it automatically populates it later on in the process with the Creative Commons license. And I think in another update of OJS this will disappear, but I just put in any old thing there just to the paper's only written in English, so we're not going to put down Greek or any other language, but we're going to put in some keywords, and you can't put them all together. You have to enter them individually. Maybe the author's already sent them, maybe you'll leave it till later, because you might just want to ask them for this. Okay, that's just for now. There are no supporting organisations, so I'm just going to do that for now. Finish the submission. Are you sure? Yes, because they're still talking to me as though I'm sort of Marilena. But what I'm going to do is just click on submissions, because I want to see it in the submission list, and here it is. And so always click on view. When you click on these coloured boxes, they just show you all the submissions, or all the things that are in production, or all the things that are in review, and it gets a bit irritating, and really what you want to do is view the file. So I've clicked on view, and here we have the submission, which of course you might now be joining anyway as an editor, reviewer, and so on. And we're going to just create this, just pop it in the end of 5.1 for now. And actually I can open it directly from my browser. So we're going to have a look at it, and we're thinking, does this look suitable for the journal as a paper? So we might scroll up and down, just looking at the content, the whatever it is. I'm closing it because it isn't relevant to us. And we've deemed that it's, well, there's different choices at this point. So for example, poetry and something that we think is really finished, we're not going to put it through review. So we would click accept and skip review. If this was some other kind of item that didn't need review, we would click accept and skip review, and then it will give us a choice about writing to the author. If we look at it and we go, oh, this isn't right for Murmurations at all, it doesn't fit the brief, it doesn't, it's not in our style, it's so far from. So there's a kind of a first review that's going on informally, if you like, by the team. But because we've uploaded this, we know that this is going to be okay, and we're going to send it to review. The decline submission is tricky. It's a very curt email, so it's good to warm it up. And at the moment it says send an email, don't send an email. If you've had a chat with somebody and said, you know, it isn't right, we're not going to, then you might not send an email, but you might record the decision. But I think it's good to record the decision by sending an email as well, because if you remember, in the activity log up here, there's a whole automated list of things that have happened. So apparently a submission, Marilena is sitting there thinking, I haven't submitted something called test my file for video, nice subtitle, but apparently according to Gail I have. So there we are, and you can see there's that. So how I find it is Just click on those little arrows, view email. Okay, so we're going to send it to review. And just click closing that. We could also add some discussion. I might say, well, I only really need to speak to Ioana about this particular one because such and such, or I might copy in everybody. And don't forget to click save somewhere or OK. But of course I need to have some kind of preliminary thoughts. Oh, it's gone. I thought I was writing a discussion. So just put everybody in on that and whatever it might be. And then I haven't got a file to upload, but I'm just going to click OK. And then send to review, and it's going to bring us out, at this next tab. So send to review, of course I'm going to send the paper with, send to review. And here's the paper. What needs to happen now? We've got round 1. So what we need to do is assign some reviewers. Add reviewer. We're going to, just for the sake of this minimizing confusion, allocate the 2 of you. Now most reviewers won't have this strange thing where it says anonymous peer review can't be guaranteed. Would you like to unlock this reviewer anyway? This is just for you as editors that it makes it a bit more complicated. So we're clicking, this is what you would normally see. Select reviewer, and you might want to add in an extra note. Apologies for the short turnaround, but etc. Put in bold if you want. And then in this instance, we're going to click do not send email to reviewer because no, we'll do that. And then files to be reviewed, yes, that's there. And the review type is always open. That's part of our ethos, that when we come to add reviews, it'll say Leah Salter, da-di-da-di-da, etc. So here we have a date. Don't forget to change the dates. So we're going to give completely wonderful dates here that they have to accept by the 12th of October, and they have to have completed their review by the 1st of November. And add reviewer. So up here it says Leah Salter was assigned to review this submission and sent an email notification. And if you didn't see that message and you think, did the email go? Look in the activity log and check the latest email, view email. Apologies for the short turnaround. It looks about right and it's automatically inserted. Please log onto the journal website by the, I think it's doing it in American format, isn't it? The 12th of the 10th, I don't know what it is. If you then want, let's suppose you get something back. You have 2 reviewers, Leah's sent a response. I think you know the next bit of the process. We'll do that another time. But basically, these are the buttons. Accept submission. We won't send an email thing. You can include that or not. Select files for copying. Record editorial decision. Send to production. We won't send an email for that just because we're going to delete this anyway. Record editorial decision. And here we are at the final tab of workflow. There are two very important tabs, workflow and publication. But now, we'll look at publication another time. This is the end of workflow, by when you will have had a paper that's gone through however many rounds of reviews and been deemed ready to be formatted and sent to production, which means formatting really, and finalizing, and then publication is the bit separate from production, the submission, reviews, more reviews, and then production is all the formatting, all the tidying up, dropping things into a template. We'll leave the schedule for publication for another video.